Hi, my name's Robbie and I'm here to explain to you how nuclear power works. See, nuclear power is powered by this thing called uranium, and uranium is a natural substance. Uranium is then condensed into tiny little pellets like this. The pellets, 8 of these, could power an entire household for a year. Woo! The pellets are then inserted into long metal tubes, like this. The metal tubes are then combined together to make large groups of metal tubes. The metal tubes are then put in numbers of thousands in the middle of power plants as their main heating device. The tubes are then, the atoms inside of the uranium is then shot with a special gun that shoots neutrons into the atoms to help blow them up. The atoms constantly throw heat through each other because the atom, as it explodes, will then shoot more neutrons out, exploding other atoms and more atoms. Here's a good example of how this works. This is a proton. Look at the proton. Now back at me. Look at the proton. Now back at me. This is a cigar. This is an example of a proton. The protons are then shot with a special gun that shoots out neutrons. This is our neutron gun. Yeah, it's serious. The neutrons are then shot at the proton, which cause the proton to blow up, which shoots out more neutrons and hits the surrounding protons around hits the surrounding protons with the neutrons around the individual proton, causing a constant amount of heat. Here's an example of how this works. As the protons hit with the special neutron gun, it explodes out the back, shooting more neutrons out, hitting all the separate protons around, causing a constant amount of heat to flow through all the tubes around the coils. The tubes are then filled with water, which is heated, and then produces a large amount of steam, which goes into the turbine. While inside the turbine, the steam rotates a special blade, which is connected to a large magnet at the end. The magnet at the end rotates constantly from all the steam that is being produced, and is surrounded by a large amount of copper coils. The copper coils then produce electricity as the magnet rotates around it. The electricity can then be sent through many different wires to public services, such as heating up an entire homeless shelter or providing electricity to houses and different developments. This is then repeated because the steam is then condensed back into water, and as the steam goes down another tube, water from a lake is then brought in to help cool it, and the process is repeated over and over again, causing a constant amount of heat. This process produces a low amount of smog, which is very good and very efficient. It also has a high energy source and can last for a very long time. Nuclear power is probably the best power that we have. We should use it all the time. Electricity!